Hey guys, this is Taylor from Airsoft GI. I'm the head tech over here. I'm also the HK enthusiast, and this is my loadout for Milsim West. First things first, let's get into what I think is the most important part of your kit. That's iPro. I'm running the ESS ICEs. They're a little bit older, but I like them because they work with my RX insert and they have pretty good airflow. And for whatever case, if they start fogging, I can pull down my ESS turbo fans, and then I'm good to go. Getting a little bit deeper into my helmet system here. I'm running a Dragon Red airframe with Team Wendy pads and cam fit system, as well as Cry rails, Cry cover, and an Ops Core shroud. Getting into AirPro a little bit, I'm running the Peltor range guards. It's a little cheaper headset, but it works well with my comm system. And running 3M Peltor adapters. On the back of my helmet, I'm running probably one of my favorite patches that I have in my collection, as well as an EOG counterweight pouch and an SNS Precision V-Light. Going into my gun, I'm running a Vfc Hk417 Gas Blowback. I've had the gun for about 4.5 years or so. Absolutely my favorite gun in my collection. I've been running 417s longer than I've had this gun, but this was the first gas blowback that I owned, and I've just been running it ever since. Externally, I'm running a CIM Tactical MR762 handguard, a Harris bipod, PEQ, Vision King short dot scope, Gen 1 Myad grip, and a Real HK stock. I'm also running a Mayflower 417 Recce chest rig, as well as the Mayflower tactical back panel. On the back panel as well, I have a fly minimap, and then just various accessories throughout. Going into my comm setup, I'm running a Baofeng UV5R with the extended battery pouch. That's going to a shoulder mic, which plugs into my headset. And then underneath it, I have my CRKT KISS knife. Going into my wet weather system, I have a multicam poncho in my ruck. But underneath that, I'm going to be wearing my level 5 PCU. Underneath that, my level 3 PCU. And underneath that is a thermal wear. On my lower half, I'm running an Alonzo Defense belt, Cry G3s, and Outdoor Research Rocky Mountain Gators. The reason I wear them underneath the pants is so it creates an insulation layer, and as well, they don't bunch up on the Cry knee pads. For boots, I'm wearing Mount Emmy hiking boots, just because I don't really have much that fits me. Due to my role as a designated marksman at Milsim West, I am required to run a sidearm, which is why I have the Hk45 CT by Lethals. This is probably one of my favorite handguns. I used to run the full size, now I run the compact just because it's a little bit better for me. And I normally run a full battle belt setup, but for MSW, I decided to ditch that and just run it in the chest rig along with 2 mags. One thing to know about me is that I am a type 1 diabetic. I've been diabetic since I was a kid. So one essential part of my loadout is my insulin pump, which I have right here in my pants. Oh, and I also forgot to mention I keep tactical fruit snacks in my pockets.
What's going on, guys? I'm Isaias from the California Walk-In Store. I'm a sales rep. You guys might have seen me on our Instagram, ASGI California, and this is my tactical gear hits from Milsim West. For my iPro, I'm actually wearing some knockoff Oakley M frames.
Get some real M frames, doofus!
Get a real Milsim kit!
That hurts!
So the reason I went with these is because they're actually really comfortable, just like the actual M frames. They're cheap, they work, and I can always change out the lenses according to whatever climate or the lighting that I'm in. Next part of my gear is going to be my Balaclava. Just a simple black skull face Balaclava. Anything will really work. This just keeps my mouth warm, and again, keeps any sort of BBs from making skin contact. So the reason I went with it is because it's cheap, it's affordable, it got the job done, and that's pretty much all I have.
You look like a Roblox version of Ghost from Modern Warfare 2.
And you look like a made-in-China version of Garand Thumb.
Okay, that also hurts!
The helmet I'm using is actually a Lancer Tactical Repro Midge 2002 helmet. It came in OD green. I actually had to paint it range green myself. Ear Pro, I'm going to be using Peltor range guards. I do have a Night Evolution helmet on the side as well, again for identifying friendlies. So the gun I'm using is a Classic Army M249. This gun is going to be one of the better options in my opinion if you are going to run LMGs for any sort of bigger events. There's a lot of aftermarket parts for it. I actually did do extensive internal work to this guy. Right now I do have custom-made Lonix 13-to-1 gears. I do have the Angel Custom Kratos piston installed as well. I did install the Classic Army MOSFET in here and a couple other things. But right now it's shooting at about 32-35 rounds a second. Shooting at about like 375 FPS consistently with 0.2 O's. As far as the external work, I kind of left it plain Jane, to be honest. I didn't really run an optic because I didn't feel like I needed it. I do run just the standard Classic Army box mag for it. I do, however, have a Bravo Pec as well with pressure pad that I've hooked up onto the left side. Do have a Classic Army Tracer unit as well, and an A&K buffer tube, and again with the A&K 249 stock. Because again, I do like that about the Mark 46. It's a lot more adjustable, it's a lot more comfortable. So that's pretty much just what I run right now for my primary. As my sidearm, I'm using my trusty Glock 17. I've had this sidearm for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. Hasn't had any issues whatsoever. I'm running it bone dry, which is completely stock, and it's been working. The plate carrier that I'm going to be using is an SDS BAE Systems RBAV. You can usually find these if you look around on eBay. They're not too expensive, but they're actually a lot more comfortable than I was led on to believe. I'm not sure what people were talking about. The pouches that I'm going to be using are going to be a hodgepodge of Voodoo Tactical, like admin pouches, and a frag pouch that I'm using in the back. I am going to be using Eagle saw pouches as well for an additional box mag. Pistol mag as well, like Eagle as well. Eagle Scar mags that I'm actually using as utility pouches. Also do have, look over on the side, another saw pouch on the side. As far as hydration, I'm actually going to be running Eagle hydration bladder on the back. In addition, again, there's that Voodoo pouch that I mentioned earlier that I'm using for comms. In addition, I'm also going to be using the Code Red shoulder mic that I'm going to be hooking up to my UV5R as far as comms. That's pretty much what the task force had actually assigned to us, what we had to actually get. So that's pretty much the system we're going to be rolling with. The pants I'm going to be wearing are from a brand called Zap Tactical. They're basically Cry knockoffs because I'm too broke to afford anything else. Underneath those, I'm actually going to be wearing some, I believe the brand is called Unigear, Gators. They work really, really well. I just tried them out today. They do an excellent job of keeping moisture, mud, dirt outside of my boots. And as far as these shoes themselves, I'm actually going to be wearing brand Nevados hiking boots. They're cheap, affordable, they get the job done.